Wait,
100%.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
We've been saying PN09.
Did you just realize this, or did someone point this out to you?
Someone pointed it out.
Oh my god, I never... None of us... Me and Matt recorded a video just the other day where we talk about Project Number 9.
And you said it the whole time?
Well, and he said Product Number 9, and I corrected him, but I kept the number 9.
Wait.
He made a mistake.
He said it independent of us.
He said Project Number 9.
Okay.
And I corrected him.
To say
Product Number 9.
Okay.
And we were evidently both wrong, though I was less wrong. Fuck.
Oh my god.
I never noticed, and I googled it just now, and you're right.
Dude, like...
Mighty Number 9 really got us. Mighty Number 9, the name of the game is too legit, so it has confused us forever.
Inafune's legacy.
It lives on.
God damn.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I finished Product Number 03.
Vanessa Schneider Adventures.
Vanessa Z. Schneider Adventures, exactly. And I got, like, good progress in that Mega Man game. But it was too hard. And not too hard, like, I can't, like, it's cheap, but too hard, like, I can't do it at this point in my life. I'm just gonna wait. It's fucking hard. I want to go back to it.
I remember it being hard, but I don't remember hitting walls in it. I remember just kind of, like...
Part of it was I was only playing on, like, lunch breaks. Okay. So, like, if ever my failure exceeded an hour, tough. Start again tomorrow or something, right?
Yeah,
you know?
Okay,
so, like, I'd have, like, one shot at a level, and if I couldn't do it, then...
Fair enough.
I should really, like, sit it down and give it a real good try.
Amazing animation in that game.
It's a really good game.
How many different, like, idle states for the music, of her tapping her toes and dancing did they do?
I don't, like, a lot, man.
I wanted to heal a little bit. That's what I wanted to do.
Wait, were you referring to Product Number 03 when I was saying it was too hard? Or
yeah.
Man? No, I was referring to Mega Man.
Oh,
shit. The Mega Man platformer was too hard, and I said, fuck me.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that.
Okay, not...
Product Number 03, I did totally finish, and I did all the side missions, and I unlocked all the suits and shit.
Yeah.
It's tough to unlock all the suits. You have to do these extra side missions that you unlock a bunch of between every mission.
Okay.
And what you have to do is you have to get a professional rank on each one, which is the highest rank. That requires you to take little to no damage, do it very quickly, and kill every enemy. Don't avoid any enemies. Or maybe it was go in every room.
Platinum rank, basically.
Yeah, you have to do really good. The only problem with that, really, and I guess it's not the only problem, but the big problem is there's no way to check which ones you've S-ranked. So, like, you finish a mission... So you finish the first mission, you unlock 5 of them, right? And you've got to S-rank all 5 if you want to unlock all the good stuff at the end of the game, because you have to S-rank every mission.
Okay.
So I'll do 3 of them, and I'll get the professional ranking on them, and then lunch break will be over. And I'll come back the next day, and I'll be like, did I S-rank the 3rd one? I can't remember. So I'll repeat the 3rd one until I get a professional. Because it doesn't say which ones you've done, and there's no way to check. And when you progress past the next story mission, you lose those ones and you get a new batch of them. And again, it doesn't tell you which ones you've gotten a professional rank on.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah, definitely. You have to work if you want those, like, the Papillon suit and stuff like that.
Yes.
You really gotta work.
Oh, the Papillon suit.
Is it worth it? Kind of. Kinda, sorta, yeah. You get a different title screen when you finish the game, too, but...
Do you?
You do, yeah. The campaign's better than the side missions. The side missions are all right, but they're like they're procedurally generated missions, so they're not as interesting levels and stuff.
We've never taken a look at that anywhere, have we?
Never, actually. Yeah, we ought to at some point.
We ought
really
to.
Satisfying game. Yeah, like this color room. Protect one.
Ignore the corpse in the corner.
Tank parts.
Imagine I just leave.
Time to leave. Yeah, exactly. No, this is gonna be a good thing.
This big
monkey. He got Harambe'd.
Okay, so all these bodies we find are to go on deployment missions. So basically,
of course,
we find dead bodies, we fix them up, and then send them back out to die.
Just like Peace Walker.
Thank you, boss.
Thanks, boss. That's why you're number 1.
God damn it.
I was playing Portable Ops recently, and that Portable Ops just isn't all the way there. It's close. Nope. It's really close.
I committed, and I beat the damn thing, and midway through, I really didn't feel it. I really wasn't feeling it.
Because when you're just stealthing around, it's fun. The controls are obviously a little bit lacking. But it is satisfying to just sneak around the base and, succeed at the actual missions when you fucking get to them. Then spending all your time fucking capturing people for hours is not super enjoyable. It kind of sucks. I mean, it makes me feel like Portable Ops Plus is better because there isn't even a campaign. And you're just doing sneaking missions all the time. And there's, like, really a lot more goofy stuff and extra shit. If you've never played that one, it's really neat. If you ever felt like replaying it, if you emulate it, it emulates nicely because PSP emulation is like incredible. Or if you play it on the Vita, you can like map the second stick to the camera, so it at least becomes a bit more playable. But
okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's still got some limitations.
The honest truth is, if I ever went back, it would be for Peace Walker. But even then, I've listened to every codec conversation.
Well, I was gonna say, even then, you'd go back to the new version of Peace Walker.
Yeah,
you wouldn't play the
ports.
Yeah, you wouldn't play the PSP version. Yeah,
for sure.
Did you play Peace Walker when it came out on PSP?
No.
No. Okay.
I played Portable Ops, and that was enough.
Okay.
And then when Peace Walker dropped, I was like, this is not what I want.
You're not doing. Did you play the demo when it came out or anything or no? Not
really. It was another Metal Gear game I didn't want, so I kind of just ignored it.
I get you. Not as good as Ghost Babel either. Way more buttons, way less quality.
Way more money, way more voice. Everything is there, but it's not as good a game. That's true.
It sucks.
I fucking love Ghost Babel, man.
Me and my roommate at the time, when the demo for Peace Walker came out, I think it came out at like TGS or something one year. I think we played 4 hours of the demo, which was 2 missions. And, like, we were so into Metal Gear at the time. I mean, I still am, obviously. But at the time, we were on a real Metal Gear kick. I think we were both playing, like, Acid and Acid 2, like, every night.
Yeah.
We played, like, 4 hours of co-op Peace Walker just over that, like, those first 2 weeks. And when the game came out, we barely touched it. Like, we scraped our way through it, but it was after we had exhausted our enjoyment with Peace Walker on the demo.
Okay.
It was worth it. Like, I wouldn't trade those evenings. It was fun, but...
That sounds like a fun way to go through those games.
It was a blast, but, again, when we got to the main game, it was like, no, I don't feel like playing it.
Yeah, I never... Oh, we can go back to the base right there, just as a...
Yeah, it's got a teleport.
Nice little heads up. I've never played any, like, Metal Gear games, like, with somebody, going through it the whole time, so that
like a new one.
Yeah.
Okay. Because on replays, you must have done that at least once or something.
Oh God, I've like sat down with people and gone through part 1 and just like it's like, hey, what are you doing to this evening? No, nothing. All right, come over.
You have 6 hours to spare.
We're playing Metal Gear 1.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
and you're gonna enjoy it. And then they hate it. Is that like a weird Meteor in the middle?
Well, you know what it was? Oh yeah, let's find out.
Meteor Commander, yeah.
Commander. Oh, I need to know. I need to know what he can do.
Yeah, of course. Whatever, kill the dogs.
Steal from him. Virus protection.
Sure.
So the time I went through it was to do research for my Metal Gear high school film.
Yeah.
my fan film, and it helped. It caught us.
Well, of course. Seeing as it's based on the game, it would help, I would think. MGS1 was the only one out at the time, right? Or was 2 out at that time?
2 was just coming out.
Okay, but not there yet.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, if I think about it.
That's important for the timeline.
I think so.
It makes some of your plot more credible.
I think 2 was just coming out. Because it was 2002 was Metal Gear Solid 2?
2001 even, maybe.
Was it 2K1?
Let me Google that. This is actually a problem we can solve.
It got edited after September 11th because of the Manhattan thing. So that's a timeline point that we have.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm like November 12th, 2001.
Okay.
Was the first release date, which I assume was for Japan. And as soon as Wikipedia opens, we will be more informed. Yeah, Japan... No, actually, North America was the first release, November 12th, 2001. Japan, it came out about 2 and a bit weeks later on November 29th. And Europe had to wait till March. Fuck Europe.
Okay. Yeah, so we were just going off of part 1, for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. I forgot there was a Windows release for MGS2.
Oh God, yeah. I
totally forgot about that.
So in my library, I have all the MGS games stacked up there together.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Nice.
And I have the PC versions there as well.
Because they're the best.
Yeah, and the G was it a GD-ROM? No, it was yeah, it was a GD-ROM that they installed MGS2 on.
Huh.
It was 2 discs, and it was fucking massive. And
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've never touched those PC ports. Is there anything of note in there, or
First-person mode for like walk and gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At all times?
You can play the whole game in first person if you want.
Do you have to hold a button?
No, it's a toggle.
Wow.
So-
why don't we do a full LP of that?
Because it's not great.
Oh.
But it
Does
exists.
it play like a first-person shooter where you aim?
They tried to make it feel like a first-person shooter.
Okay.
And it's not fantastic.
Oh, okay, bummer.
Because you can feel that obviously the game is not made for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's totally a thing. And they added it to the first game as well, actually. So you can go back in the PC port of the first game.
Really?
And you can
that's an option there too?
You can play Metal Gear Solid 1 in first person
That one
mode.
seems like it would play better in first person because the enemies are easier to deal with.
Yeah, and but the main thing is that it's a bit harder to determine. Well, if you know the game already, you're fine. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, it would be a bit harder to determine where to hide.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And the other thing too is like aiming in MGS1 is fucking.
It's spotty at best.
Because it's not full. Hold on. Let's see.
You can do it.
About here, I guess. No.
No. Yeah, pretty far back.
I wonder if I was. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so you if you think about the way you run around, hey, you look special.
Yeah, kill this guy.
Radar
killer.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Nothing special.
If you think about the way MGS1 works, you press forward, you face forward, you press left, you face left.
Yeah.
So you don't have a full.
You don't have that
3D
instant level of control. Yeah.
movement, you know?
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks when you're in first person because
Your view's limited too.
the only way to hit diagonals is by holding that direction.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, that doesn't seem super
Yeah,
strong.
it's weird. It's really weird.
I was thinking about MGS3 the other day, the original release, and how, like, if you can play with that camera angle, you're playing super optimal. But, like, why would you ever want to use the non-subsistence camera angle? You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. This is going to totally miss him. That works out. And I know no one's going to want to hear this, but, you know, if you're going to go back and you've never done it, why not try Twin Snakes?
No, absolutely. Twin Snakes. Like, if you're a Metal Gear fan, you should play Twin Snakes at some point.
I need to write up, you know, like Oscars when they have those cards where it's like for your consideration.
Yeah.
I need to give those out to Metal Gear
Solid,
fans.
Twin
It's like
Snakes.
for your consideration if you've never.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be everything you like. In fact, there's gonna be changes you hate.
I still think some of the cutscenes are like gibberish. Some of the changes, like how Snake's like this super acrobat now.
Blame that on fucking Kitamura.
Yeah, but I do think they're gibberish. You know, like I don't accept that as canon that Snake can do all that.
He backflips off a missile.
No, I know. I don't feel like that's canon.
So little old fucking young Wooly and his friends we marked the fuck out.
Well, it's awesome. It is really
because
cool.
It was like, now, to me, that explained why he was able to beat those crazy mutants, mutant bosses. Because it's like, what's the deal? Every one of these bosses is crazy, powered, has a whole ridiculous X-Men thing going on. And Snake is just Soldier Man.
And you can do it because you're the one with the controller and you're smart. You're thinking about it. And
But
Snake wins with his brain.
But what's happening in the game world? And I would like to think, or at least young stupid Wooly would like to think, that what was happening was the shit that happened in Twin Snakes.
Yeah.
And that's gonna piss some people fucking off.
Oh, for sure.
Because
I super don't accept Twin Snakes cutscenes as canon.
I know people hate Twin Snakes. And the fact that Kojima never even acknowledges it in terms of like cutting back to it for memories or anything, like they fully ignore that. So I understand. I fully understand.
But it is a cool release, and I do think Metal Gear fans should play it. Yeah.
I know this is gonna go under my resume under Other M apologists. As the Twin Snakes apologist.
Other M was a fun game.
And I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying if you haven't done it, go see what's up.
For sure. I'm going to check if it emulates well, actually.
Go see what they did.
GameCube emulation, in case you haven't noticed, is fucking impeccable.
Glorious.
So you should be able to play Twin Snakes in amazing 8K 3D. You know you can just, like, do 3D in Dolphin, right? I'm, like, 90% sure that's just a feature. You can just turn on a 3D hack.
Yeah, actually,
And
I did see the option. It does exist. You're totally right.
Apparently, it works perfectly, and you just need to disable one thing on your computer, and you'll be able to play a perfect version of Twin Snakes.
Funny thing about that
And
game...
it looks beautiful.
Funny thing about that game is they added all the MGS2 tech to it.
Yeah.
Like hanging off of ledges and so on. And the game that was originally... The maps of the first game were not made for that.
No, not
so
at all.
you can fucking exploit the shit out of those guards.
Well, it's an easier version of MGS1.
Because you have more tools,
yeah.
and the world hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm. Or not significantly enough, anyway, yeah. Someone apparently also made a really great widescreen hack for it that doesn't stretch anything and just looks really good. So check that shit out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, I do want to feel that controller in my hand going back to...
You can do that.
Yeah, you're right.
You can hook up a GameCube controller to one of those GameCube USB devices made for Smash.
Okay.
And I know the Nintendo ones are... Well, they were a little trickier to get at launch. Now you can get them if you want. But I think the company Mayflash made a really good GameCube USB connector for Wii U.
Okay.
You can hook that up to your computer, and you can totally just map them as, I believe, X-input devices.
Okay.
I've done it. I have my Wavebird hooked up to my PC. So I could just
need-
play Melee whenever I... Like, when I hit something to
Emergency.
render... Well, I click render, and it's like, okay, let me play Melee.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's better than that, because it's Melee, and it's play save state. And it's like, my save state's already selected Ganondorf, random NPC at level 9, going into stage select.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you. Because I just like, I've got my fucking copy of Twin Snakes sitting there, and I'm just like, I definitely would want to play it with the controller again to remember.
Well, I mean, there's a certain something about playing on original hardware always. Like, recently I was playing through Castlevania a bunch just for fun, because I really dig that game. And I was playing it on my NES. I would get a better experience playing it on an emulator with a more consistent performance and no flickering. But fuck that. I want to play it on my NES. Like, I want,
Dude, if I ever go back to play the Metroid Prime games, I am not playing Trilogy. I'm not playing...
Does that not have GameCube controller support? I actually don't know if it does.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't really care because I know that it's a rare item that it's a rare commodity that a lot of people want to get their hands on, and that's nice.
Somewhat, yeah.
Right?
Now you can get it digitally on the Wii U eShop.
But quite frankly, I don't give a fucking shit.
It's a market you can do without.
Because when you boot it up, what happens? You get pulled into a menu.
You skip the menu, yeah.
And you don't get to see the awesome shit that every individual game did on their main menus.
Yeah.
Some of the best music, some of the best main menus I've ever seen are in Metroid Prime.
Yeah, and it's
1, 2, and 3, and in their individual menus.
It's a real bummer because like they're good recreations of those games. They're not perfect. There are some things that got omitted here and there. Like they had to tone down the water effects in the first game. They had to tone down the charge beam effect a little bit, but the game's there, and it controls, like, arguably better with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, but, hey.
And it just sucks.
Losing some of those things does suck.
The menu it's, the one that you get is not even a great replacement. You
want to fucking talk about games that get worse every time that they re-release it? Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah.
Every fucking time they re-release it.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't the Wii version good?
So let's start, okay?
Oh, wow. All right.
So the GameCube...
Are you rustling papers over there?
Oh, yeah, exactly. The GameCube version's great. Nobody's gonna fight anyone. PS2 version, some little sacrifices, but it has more content. It's great. PS2 version's also great. Then the Wii version is the best one. It uses all the GameCube assets, but it has all the content from the PS2 version. It's the best.
Okay.
You have a bunch of controllers. You can use the classic controller, Wii Remote and Nunchuck, which is crazy OP, but really fun. And you can use, of course, just a GameCube controller if that's your jam. Runs a little better. That is for a lot of people like the best version. I skipped the PC version because for a second I forgot, but there was a shitty PC version. It's terrible. Don't even give a shit.
Okay.
From there goes downhill a little bit. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong. I'm playing it on PS4 and it's great. It's not terrible, but there are little slips here and there.
It wasn't the intended hardware.
Well, for other reasons. So they did PS3 and Xbox 360 and all the button icons look terrible. Not so bad, but all the button icons look terrible. They did a PC version, it has the same issues as that version. And then we get the latest PS4 and Xbox One version, where the button icons are still terrible. They had to put in this ugly loading screen that someone just, like, slapped together with default fonts. It looks terrible.
Ouch.
And when the game boots on the Xbox One, you're made to enjoy probably the ugliest splash screen I have ever seen in my life, where they've taken 7 different pieces of Resident Evil 4 promo art and
JPEG them
and merged them all together into one.
Oh God, fucking Marpol!
Into one greater piece.
Fuck you, man.
It's the splash screen, right? So there was a developer who did that, but he fucked up. He fucked up real bad, and like, those aren't really the issues. The real issues are like, it came out in 2004 or 5, right? Resident Evil 4?
I wouldn't.
Anyway, somewhere around there. We're like over a decade out from Resident Evil 4 coming out, and like, the re-releases of the game still lock mercenaries behind finishing the game. Like, there's content that should not be locked for, like, there's no good reason for it to be locked. There are things that just could use improving, like the default control setups and stuff, and to make them a little bit better for modern controllers, that just never get improvements.
Okay.
They need to actually do a proper improvement to Resident Evil 4. It could use better textures. It doesn't need a full remake, but, you know, considering it's the fucking remake game of all time,
so
it could use some extra treatment.
What was the final version of this
PS4,
game?
Xbox One.
Okay.
The latest one.
Okay.
And all it is just it gets a little rougher every time they port it. Not to say the game doesn't get worse. The game's fine, but every time the idea that it definitely needs a little more love becomes more and more evident. And I really hope that the next time they do a proper, like, improvement to it instead of just like this raw port again. But who am I kidding? I'll buy it anyway.
Well, I was gonna say that at the very least, they're preaching to the choir with these games. 'Cause
Yep.
who the fuck hasn't played them at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
I was at Matt's the other day when we were recording Recore, right? Spoilers. No, actually, that video will be out by now. Anyway, we were recording Recore, and before we were recording it, because he had to go to the bathroom, I booted up RE4, and that was where I saw that abysmal splash screen on his Xbox One, right? When I got in the game and I was playing it, I was talking to Matt, I was saying, I'm really enjoying it on PS4, and like, this feels great on Xbox One, it's great. I said, like, tongue-in-cheek, but I kind of meant it. I said, I can't wait to buy the NX version. and Matt was like, well, are you going to finish this one? I was like, yeah, I guess, but it doesn't matter. They're going to do an NX version, and I'm going to buy it. And I was like, Resident Evil 4 is such a good game that I feel like we still owe them for that. I feel like, we still kind of owe them for making Resident Evil 4.
So, yeah,
we owe them. We got to keep buying Resident Evil 4.
You haven't paid it off yet.
We haven't paid it off yet. They did such a good thing for us that, yeah, sure, I still kind of owe. Everyone still owes a bit for RE4.
God,
Wooly, you haven't done your part. You got to buy more Resident Evil 4 releases.
Yeah.
Everyone out there, you still kind of owe Capcom for that. That was a good one. You never fully got them back for that
The world
one.
is in debt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
You'll never repay the artistry that is Resident Evil 4. I can't wait to buy it on NX.
I feel like I've repaid my Street Fighter debt, but actually I haven't.
No.
Every copy of Third Strike I own is a fraction of what needs to be done.
You still owe them more for Third Strike, and it's not like the cost that they lost because it wasn't a massive hit or anything. It's like no. We owe them like a collective like billion for Third Strike. Something like that.
Until we hit that cap.
Until that's paid off, they're allowed to keep re-releasing it, and you're not allowed to complain about it. The quality of the game is just too good. So shut up and buy it again and again and again and again and again.
Oh my god. So here we go.
Yeah.
You reading this?
I am.
Save the girl! Save Cinnamon! I care about her so much. She can make force metals. Save the girl! Save Cinnamon!
She's valuable.
Please! I care so much about her ability to make force metals.
You need a reason, right?
Come on!
Damsel in distress isn't enough.
Come on!
She's got to be useful, too.
Oh, God. Hey, roll in the comics is a good time.
Is she?
Yeah.
Good.
She hates the fact that she's stuck behind.
But she's comic relief, right?
She's comic relief, but also like, emotional relief.
Okay.
And, ends up teaming up with Splash Woman
right.
and Quake Woman and doing some cool stuff. And there's in the crossover battles, she actually fights with her broom.
Okay, that's cool.
So I was like, yeah, the canon version of her that we saw in Tatsunoko versus Capcom and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is actually there.
She got rocked. I really like Roll in Battle Network because she plays a much more active role. Granted, she does play Damsel in Distress in multiple games in Battle Network.
Oh, she's not just like your whatever, your CO.
No, Roll's a character in that game entirely. So, the pink-haired girl? Like, Lan, right? Lan Yukari, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
You know the pink-haired girl?
The main girl?
The main girl? Yeah. Her net navi is Roll.
Roll.
Yeah, exactly. No, Roll's totally, like, she has a role in the story. It's cool. And Gutsman has a role in the story, too. Gutsman's, like, one of the main
the bully that becomes his friend.
Yeah, exactly. He has Gutsman.
Yeah, I have seen a little bit of the show, too.
Oh, okay, cool. Good. Really good show. Puts Beautiful Joe to shame.
Oh, we don't fucking talk about that in this house.
When Beautiful Joe was coming out, I lived at my parents' place.
Bible Black.
Yeah. Okay. He's having a good time.
This is one of those Quan Chi cutscenes.
Yeah, totally. When Beautiful Joe was coming on, I still lived at home, right? And we had TV and we had Fox. And Fox Kids...
You watched it on TV?
I watched it as it aired. The first time it ever aired, I was devastated. I was so devastated at how awful it was.
Okay. You weren't around back in college when...
No.
We first when that game first came out.
Yeah.
And, like... The hype levels on release day were through the roof.
Yeah.
The entire anime club and comic club and Matt and Pat separately before they even really knew each other and were hanging out, we all fucking went in and got our copies and I got my HMD t-shirt.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. It was so cool.
Yeah, very different story from mine, I'll tell you that.
And then like from when the game came out?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Well, I was in high school. And I had my Nintendo Power, and I said, this game looks like the fucking coolest thing ever. I've never played Devil May Cry. I don't have a PS2. I have no idea what Devil May Cry is, really.
Yeah?
I know what it is, but I don't really know what it is.
Okay.
And everyone who's my friend who is into games is like, it looks weird. It looks weird. It's probably no good.
Oh my god, no.
And then it was the best, and it was great, and they were wrong. But they didn't want to play it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. It fucking sucked. It was a very different story. Same thing happened with Killer 7. Except my mom made me return Killer 7 because it was mature and I shouldn't have bought it.
Yeah. But fuck those people.
Fuck that mom. Fuck you, Mom. It wasn't a phase.